All right, yeah, what's up, folks? Fresh unboxing of the Champion Dual Fuel 2500. I've got a previous video up of the 3400 and did the unboxing, got everything out, and it was damaged. It had been dropped in shipping. So while that was returning, I elected to go ahead and go with the 2500. Someone told me this would be fine for the tab, so that's what we're gonna go with. Comes with a little bit of oil, fitting for the propane, now that's a propane tank fitting. That's how you're gonna feed the generator with the propane. And the cool thing about this generator, and the reason I went with this model, is it's dual fuel. Little USB plug that came with the bigger one. Dual fuel, so I can run standard gasoline or I can run propane with this generator. It's a lot smaller than 3400. That was roughly 90 pounds, 96 pounds, kind of heavy, required two hands and wheels. This one, as you can see, I can pick that guy up and move it around with one hand. So it's not heavy at all. Owner's manual, still unopened, that's good. That means that this wasn't a return from the factory. All right, so let's go over this guy real quick. I'm not gonna crank it up in this video. We're gonna save that for another video, probably later on today. Yeah, this looks good. No damage, no cracks. Awesome. All right, guys, what's up? We're gonna set up the Champion 2500 dual fuel inverter. This is a small generator, 2500 watt. This is what I'm gonna use to run my New Camp Tab, 2018 New Camp Tab this year on camping trips. And also use it for around the house backup in case we lose power. But it's small, it's just a little suitcase inverter. It weighs about 30 or 40 pounds. Super light, you can pick it up in one hand and walk off with it. So yeah, we're gonna set it up. So first, just kind of going through the system. This is gonna be the operation panel right here. These are your 120 volt plugs. These are your fuses. Now, if you want a Paralink, it's already got the settings built in for the Paralink cables. I've only just got one unit. I won't be Paralinking. This is where the LP or propane gas gets connected. And up here is where you put in your gasoline. One thing that's really attractive about this model to me is it runs off of either LP or propane or gasoline, which is really cool. I like having that flexibility. The New Camp Tab runs off of LP gas too. So essentially I can add a second tank and run generator needs and you know, the refrigerator and all sorts of other things. The Aldi hot water heater and air control system through the LP gas. So that is one thing that was really attractive about this particular model. If y'all see, I picked up the 3400 a couple weeks ago and it arrived to me damaged. It was dropped by U.S. Postal Service, and I didn't think the U.S. Postal Service was going to deliver a 96-pound package, but they do, apparently. So I've read through the owner's manual on this guy, and I'm just going to go through the basic setup here. I need to add the 10W30 oil, and then we're going to hook up the liquid propane as well too. So to do that, to add the oil, we need to go ahead and take this face off. Mine has these little screws. I'll show you here in just a second, as soon as I get this guy out. And they're tight. These dudes are tight for sure. So here's the oil. This is where we're going to put the oil in. The system came with a funnel. And take that guy off too. You don't want to leave that inside there. These little generators can get kind of warm once they've been running for a little while. Dipstick. Okay, so this little notice says, notice, no oil in unit. So when you buy these, they come dry. I guess they test them, crank them, make sure they run, and then drain them again. So you want to add oil before starting the first time. Check the level as shown. So the max needs to come about halfway up the dipstick. That's about right, about halfway up the stick. Screw that in, save that in a safe spot. Clean that off. Make sure there's no residue on, and that's all nice and tight. There we go. Now we don't want to tighten these down too tight because we want to be able to take it on and off. All right, so we've got oil in it, and add the LP. Now again, I mentioned this is where the LP gas goes. It came with this connection, and then this little black piece that fits on the end. Fits like that, and then clamps onto the gas tank or something. So, yep. All right, that went on nice and easy. Just a quick push. And then you push that rim in and it'll pop right out. I'll show you, I'll do that one more time. And this piece will fit right there on that hole. See, right there, and you push, and that rim comes up. So there we go. We've got LP hooked up. It's in the off position now. Green is LP, red is fuel, and oops, all the way over is choke. So with LP, let's go over how you start it on liquid propane. So when you get this, Champion gives you a quick start guide, right? And basically this is just a 2-page little pamphlet. I'm gonna walk you through real quick. It's gonna show you how to start this and how you want to start this every time. So all the way from out of the box to running, which is really nice. They explain the whole process. So we've unpacked it. We've added engine oil. Move the generator outdoors. That's going to be the next segment here. We're going to move it outside. Add fuel. So the top one here is gasoline. We're doing LP, so we're connecting it to the side. Connect propane cylinder. Okay, so really important. I didn't know this until reading the manual, but you never want to plug something in with electrical devices plugged in. And I'm assuming because of spikes in the charge that can occur. So before you start it or stop it, pull all of your electronics out, right? Especially if it's connected to a camper. All right, for gas operation, the gas tank has to breathe a little bit. So there's a little red knob up here that allows that to happen. There's an on and off position. We're going to leave it on off because we're not going to start it on gasoline just yet. We're going to start it on propane. All right, turn the easy start dial to the choke position. Turn it to the choke position. For gasoline operation, pull the cord to start the engine. For propane, you have to charge the engine. You have to get that propane gas into the engine. So you have to pull that pull the cord 3 to 5 times to prime the engine. Now for gas operation, you turn the easy start dial to run. Propane operation, turn the easy start dial propane to run. So that's from choke, right? You want to start it on the choke. It's not going to start right away. You're just priming the engine. And once you move it over to the appropriate gas, then you want to pull the recoil again, and it's going to start right up. So we're going to demonstrate that outside in a safe spot. All right, first test run of the Champion 2500 inverter, and we're running it on propane. That's not a full tank of propane, so we're probably only going to run this for a few minutes. But I want to see how easily it gets cranked up. Make sure that's nice and tight. So, according to the manual, we want it to be on choke, which it's on choke. And we've got to prime the engine first before we can crank it. All right, so we're going to repeat. I'm going to crank it about 4 times, swap it over to LP, crank it once. Should crank right up. I wanted to. There we go. Cranked right up the first time. Good news. Running up the propane gas. We're going to let it run for a few minutes. Maybe try to run some of the stuff off the camper. Be back in just a second. Alright, so one thing that I don't know, I may have to use an extension cord, a short extension cord or something like that. But the way the tab plug is and the way the adapter fits, it fits upside down on the generator. So this piece is kind of pushing on it as it vibrates. I don't want it to come out or half come out. So we'll have to find a solution about that. So far, everything is good. This does, the Champion 125 inverter on liquid propane does run the air conditioner inside the tab. So if it'll run the AC, it'll run everything in that machine. So, thanks for checking out the video. If you guys have any questions or comments about this unit or the new Kent tab, y'all let me know. Take care.